Hello and welcome to Bees to Billionaires, the podcast where we do the thing. We get the stuff and we slap it on. We just slap it right in there. There's a list. I haven't worked out what the actual standard introduction is going to be so far. It would have been like that. Imagine that being said by a confident person who knew what he was doing. And that's pretty much it. The list as it stands is Bees. A combination between bee and crabs, Josh and Emily, Pokemon Platinum, Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, a single bee, a bee butt, a bee brain, hangovers, humans, and billionaires. It's still short enough that we can quickly cover it like that. We won't be able to very soon.
We'll be making a rap later.
Yes, yeah. And we'll have to do it in installments. Just the Poke rap before and after every showing.
Exactly, yeah.
And I'm sorry. I know that this is hard to hear, but I think, oh man, oh jeez. Okay,
Whatever
I think
could be wrong.
I need to do my first public YouTuber apology.
Oh no.
Let me just sit down. You always gotta look into the camera and sigh loudly before you begin. That's how they know that you're apologetic and that this isn't staged.
In our case, would you be kissing the mic?
Is that... Yeah, sure. Mwah. Just give you a nice little kiss in the ear to our very attractive and young, hot audience.
Oh, let's not hope they're young. Otherwise, we need a second apology at the beginning of the next episode.
Oh, jeez. Oh, no. So, before we began, and before we began last week as well, we would have a minute of silence. Because, not a solemn one, but because every mic has white noise and also there's background noise in your environment. And you just wanna pick up on that, and then you can use a little algorithm. It's a feature in Audacity where you select a period of quote unquote silence. It kind of figures out what elements are in there, and then you can apply it to the entire recording, and it's gonna go. It's gonna find where that noise is still present and remove it. And just before we start recording, during our minute of silence, my cat was sat on my desk. And she was purring very loudly, and there's a tiny chance that if she's here purring at any other point in the episode, it's going to get filtered out as background noise. And I understand that that's not on. I failed you, Emily. I failed myself, and I failed the listening audience. I failed the bees, and you know what? I'm sure that the billionaires can forgive me. They've done worse. Saying that, the cat now wants to leave, so I'm just gonna. Oh, if I can, I'm just gonna stretch my foot so I don't have to take my headphones off. There we go. I open the door. Fantastic.
What a majestic view.
Ooh. Cool. So I've been monologuing for like 2-3 minutes. So hi, Emily.
Hello.
Come join me here in the space, in the room.
I'm entering the space room.
Let's make some mouth noises.
Some lovely speeches.
Yeah, my gorgeous and also young and attractive partner, Andy. Gave me some notes on episode 1, which brings me into my second public apology. Apparently not many bees have sex.
Oh, that's quite shocking.
That doesn't really change anything. Obviously, I mean, it does affect bees going forwards. If bees don't like to get funky, then obviously I'm going to view them a little bit more negatively.
That informative podcast has been educationally inaccurate.
Wow. You're right. To be fair, I did just say I don't know the breeding cycle of bees, which is educational because I have taught you a thing, and that's that I do not know biology good, ecology good. I don't know. I don't understand my natural British fauna. He did also give me another note, and that is bees can't poop in space.
Can they not?
They apparently not. I thought they'd be really good at pooing because their heart it's in the butt, meaning they've got all of the blood they need being just pumped right into those sphincter muscles.
They'd be like
Ooh.
poop machines, yeah.
Yeah. Well, all animals are a poop machine.
Had we established that their poo is honey?
You're a poop gun, and you got to eat to reload. I think we've decided at this point that I think it's kind of a Schrödinger situation, but I think most excretion that comes from a bee is like at least 60% likely to be honey.
It's quite sad astronauts can't have honey in space then.
They pee it, they pee it, they cry it, they sweat it, they spit it, they vomit it, they bleed it.
Wow.
And that's not let Arnold Schwarzenegger near a bee, because if it bleeds, he can kill it. Cool. Done. Public apology number 2 out of the way.
Nice.
So first episode's out. It's pretty good. Not edited perfectly. I kind of realized some mistakes as I was finishing up, and I was just like, well, I'm going to publish this anyway. Which is why I'm louder than you in the recording. But that's also partially, just my attempts to subtly silence women in the online sphere, because, man, if there's one thing I hate,
it's women.
It is women.
God.
Let's quickly add that to the list.
Let's rank women. Better or worse than billionaires? Imagine a billionaire woman.
Oh, well, Kylie Jenner is
Is she though?
terrifying.
Is she really a billionaire? 'Cause I thought she lied about how much money she was making or something.
Well, all net worth is kind of made up.
I don't even know how net worth works, so...
Well, neither do the people calculating net worth, so don't worry.
Okay, all of us.
So there's no theme. I think I'm just going to say it here, and then I'll have to do it. I'm going to experiment with, because most podcasts have like a theme that it comes in, and the typical elements, you've got like a single line of song before like a big kind of, they hit the drum real good and they strum the guitar real good in like a nice crescendo-y bit. But then you also need a tiny bit of background music after that in order to fade out. That is the equation for a podcast theme. One line of singing, loud noise, tiny bit of background noise to fade out as you fade in the words, or just drop the words on top of that. And it's really I just haven't found anything that's good for it. I'm thinking, just as a little experiment, I'm just going to try using the sound of a swarm of bees. I want to see how that goes.
That sounds quite calming,
I don't know if
but
I don't think it'll be
threatening.
I don't think it'll be good, but that's not what we strive for here on Bees to Billionaires.
Maybe we can have the screaming of a billionaire as he's bitten by a bee.
That would be great. You know what? Maybe we have Bees to open, Billionaires to finish.
Yeah, that's quite nice.
We'll get Jeff Bezos talking about his money. I saw an article published by I think it must have been I can't quite tell you which satire publication it was, but they it was Jeff Bezos promises that his that their HR department will be working 100-hour weeks until the allegations of overworked workers is resolved. It's quite brilliant. I made some temporary art, art's a very fitting word. I just wrote Beast of Billionaires in Comic Sans. I think it's great.
Did you alternate the colours of each letter?
I did alternate the colours of each letter.
So it's yellow and black then?
Gorgeous. It is
brilliant.
It's yellow and black. You'd know it. You know my genius.
I'd expect nothing less.
I'm pretty sure that, as well as the entire podcast having a cover photo, I think each individual episode gets to keep a cover photo that's unique. So I do think that if we wanted to, we could leave that early art on the early episodes. I'm kind of inclined to, because I like it. But we should have actual art soon. But I mean, who cares? You're here for the cool mouth words, and also because you're my friend and you're morally obliged to listen to this. Otherwise,
if you don't, you're a bad friend.
Yeah, and not just a bad friend, a bad person. I mean, you're on the wrong side of history here. We've established that this is an important list. So we've got 12 items on the list, right? Every single... Man, that's got to be... So how many comparisons can you make? So for B's, there's 11 comparisons, and there's like plus 10, plus 9, plus 8. There's a lot of comparison. There's a lot of decisions between two distinct choices that could be made from this list. And we've already saved you, I think it's like in the realm of like between 60 and 80 choices. That
it'd be 2 to the power of 12, right?
No, because that would imply that not only is there a decision between Pokemon Platinum and B-Brains, but that you also have the decision between B-Brains and Platinum.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want to do maths.
Yeah, it's...
Well, I have a suggestion of another to add to the list, and I think non-listeners should be below Billionaires.
Wow, that is... Ooh, that's harsh. Non-listeners... yeah, because actually, think about it. If a billionaire listens to the podcast, they might be...
They might give away all their wealth.
They might
be
think,
changed.
I've got all this money, and yet bee crabs don't exist? I gotta get my top scientists here at Amazon right on that. Where are the SpaceX guys? Who? Think of the bee crabs.
Where is everyone's priorities to not be making bee crabs?
They don't even exist. And you don't even need to invent like the genome for the bee crab. I mean, I've watched a lot of kids cartoons and stuff over my lifetime, and I've seen a very common trope that like so many fictional villains have come up with is an evolution accelerator, right? And so it must be pretty easy. And I think you just need to make one of those and just put a crab on land or in the air, or put a bee underwater and just zap it, and you'll probably get a bee crab.
Yeah, would the bee not naturally make itself into the crab? As they are, evolutionarily... Oh my god, I can't speak. But they're superior.
They are superior. So, yeah, I think that you've really hit the nail on the head there. So we're going to go number 13, the new worst ranking, hence ruining the name... Not ruining the name of the podcast, but warping it a little bit.
We can put an asterisk on the
Beast of Billionaires asterisks. Yeah. Beast of Billionaires who also don't listen to this podcast. Can I just... Okay, I want to make another jump, and I want to say that we want to call people who don't listen to this podcast as our non-believers.
Yeah, let's do it.
I've spelt non-believers. I'm not really sure how do you spell the word believe? Okay, cool. I figured it out.
Okay, congratulations. And billionaires they're billionaires.
No.
No?
No, if they were billionaires, they would be at least number 6 on the list. But billionaires,
okay,
they don't have B in the word
theoretically,
name.
a bee is adopted by a human. The human dies and inherits about £1 million. What are they then?
Yeah, so you're at the orphanage, and you're a poor little boy, and a family comes in, the rich, wealthy family from the American suburb. They've got a lot of money to invest, and they're like, oh, we gotta finally adopt a small boy and take him into our care. And they look at your poor little orphan self. Their gaze then turns. They see
Singular.
Stuart Little is sat beside you, and they're like, you know what? We want the rat. But then on their way out, yeah, the timeline shifts. There's a glitch in the Matrix, a dragon break, from ye old Elder Scrolls lore, and the world is forever altered, and they see a singular bee. Item number 7 on the list, a singular bee, and what that singular bee grows up. He says, "Oh, geez, human dad, you gotta invest in Apple." And man, I think a millionaire bee. Thing is, bee. He doesn't come. Is he a bee though? That's the thing. It's going to become a whole story about living between two worlds, because he's not. He hasn't gone through the struggles. He doesn't know about bee production. He's just.
But he's been adopted from the orphanage hive where he's grown as a bee his whole life, and suddenly he's introduced into the human world.
Yeah, but he's quite young. I feel like I was going to say that maybe a bee would have better priorities for the world, but no, I think he's just going to end up growing up a spoiled kid. He doesn't care about the other bees. He doesn't care about
But biologically, he's still a bee.
He's still a bee, but that doesn't mean he's saving the bees and the flowers. That just means he's going to have his own private yacht filled with algae, potted plants, and honey that he's just suckling on. All the gold digger bees are gonna settle up to him, but he's never gonna have any true friendships. But he's not gonna realize, because he thinks that's what true friendships are. He's forever gonna be feeling insecure and feeling like that people love him more if he has more money, and he's just gonna be part of the problem.
But would he be worse or better than a human billionaire?
I think better, because he's got less wealth.
No, imagine Mr. Billionaire Bee here. He has he's the wealthiest bee person in the entire world.
Oh, we're now going from millionaire to billionaire.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's the richest thing to have all the money.
I don't know if... Oh, so it was Elon Musk that adopted this bee, and now he's dead.
Under mysterious circumstances, he's died, and all his wealth has gone towards our bee.
And his Twitter account, the CEO ship, the monarchy of SpaceX has fallen on his head. Also, like, Tesla, like, it was in the will, but everyone kind of realized, oh, this will's out of date, because Elon Musk doesn't get to do that anymore. He got kicked off. Haha. Naughty boy. So now the bee is the richest being in the world in our...
Very clever, I liked that.
In our human... Oh. Yeah. It's part of my genius. All intended. Yeah, so he's the richest being on Earth, and maybe that even ruins his relationship with the bees more. He's like, he tracks down his bee parrots. He's like, hey, I bet you wish you didn't get rid of me now. And they're all like,
they're not mad.
What is money? We don't know what that is. You haven't even made honey. How many flowers have you pollinated?
And he'll be like, oh, what's a flower?
Yeah, and then he'll go home and cry on his yacht. I think... Is he better or worse than humans as a species? Um,
As a
I mean,
species, no. As bees are better than people. But
yeah, but
as an
like
individual,
he's not doing the good things that bees do. Is the problem?
yeah. And
I
he's
mean,
hoarding wealth from people as
humans
well.
humans are destroying the planet, but they make art. I don't think this guy's got enough worldly experience to make good art. He's.
Well, he has his background as a
I
orphan
think.
bee.
I think he's definitely worse than a hangover. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah, agreed.
And that does. And he's better than a. He might be better than a regular billionaire, which does just leave us. Yes, is he better or worse than humans? I mean, it's kind of arbitrary at this point. So you're on the side of he's better than humans as a species.
I'd say no, he's not better than humans.
Ooh, sorry, I did just have a realization that if humans did disappear, then maybe all his money would disappear. Maybe he'd have to go. He'd have to move back in with whatever hive would take him in, and slowly over the course of a couple years, and a kind of a typical heartwarming like sitcom or drama setup, he's gonna learn what it means to be a real bee. Maybe a feel good movie. I don't know. Jury's still out, but he could. He has potential. I don't see
He
any
does,
humans
yeah.
capable of becoming bees, so I am now leaning towards him being better than humans.
But at the same time, I'm sure there is
we
one
switched
human
stances.
out there somewhere who is better than this billionaire bee.
Druids do exist, yes. Okay, yeah, he's worse than humans.
Yeah, yeah.
Number 12 on the list. Better than humans. No, sorry, worse than humans, better than billionaires. It is the billionaire bee. Brilliant.
I'm satisfied with that.
Yeah. Man, we're doing the Lord's work. I'm sorry. We're getting dangerously close to the cell in our Google Sheet spreadsheet where you've just written the word cock, and so I did have to remove that just to make room for the list.
That's fine. I will move it into a different column so it does not get in the way.
Thank you. Yes.
You know what? In our spreadsheet, I'm going to make my own personal list of different words for cock.
If you'd rather do that as opposed to make our list in our podcast, then sure, you can do that.
It will be a side project.
Okay, yeah.
For my eventual spin-off
the breakout,
solo podcast.
Yeah, I was going to say the break-off solo album.
Yeah, yeah. Where I rank all the different words for cock.
Brilliant. Would you go into other languages, or would you just have to go into different slang? Would you just have to end up being like, okay, let me look at the 1800s British slang for ye old peen, because you gotta run out eventually, surely.
I think my objective would be to document every single not type of cock, but type of word for cock, and then eventually I can analyze how they're used and how they're made, so I can make my own words for cock.
Right, you're gonna make the perfect formula. If you pump this into a neural network, you'll have the man, that would be brilliant, wouldn't it? Yes, an amazing. This will be the timeline where Skynet becomes a force for good, because its first true love will be the human penis. Cool. I also have under my kind of list of issues that there were with episode 1, I have lots of pauses and filler words, which basically means me not figuring out what to say and just being like, alright, cool, yeah, great, And that can be fixed with editing, but I'm not going to, because I'm lazy. So I just wanna cover that. I just wanna make sure that was known that
it's authentic, yeah.
You're here, you're trapped here, listening to this podcast against your will, probably. I'm not going to make it good for you. But you're not allowed to leave and, like, enjoy a better product either. Screw you. Another issue is loud laughter. I can obviously we can cap. We can normalize the Audacity track after the fact, but we still do get the sound of someone blowing into your ear when I laugh too loudly or if I exhale into the microphone, which doesn't seem to be an issue with your headphones, which is great. But
yeah, so it's their fault because we don't have to do anything.
It's again, I'm not. No, I'll try not to. But that is a known issue. And I just want to make it clear that I know some issues or whatever. Wow, you're really going for it on that list of words. Great
I've
job,
got
champ.
7 so far. Hopefully this will give me a nice bonus.
I thought you said it was a solo project. I can't encourage that during work hours.
Oh, I can't put this on my expenses. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. That's fine. Just as long as you don't do it again, just pocket it for another time.
I will hide it off to the side of the Excel spreadsheet so you can't find it.
Okay, yeah. If you move it to about column T, that's just off my screen.
And then you'll never know.
I'll never know.
Oh, if I put in column P, that'd be perfect.
That would be perfect. That is still just on my screen though.
Oh.
I could see column Q and then like the leftmost couple pixels of column R, so I will be able to see that there's words in there.
Oh, I have a solution. I will make one of the columns a bit bigger.
Don't disorganize the column width in Google Sheets. I can't handle if something gets stretched to be bigger because there's stuff in it. That's fine. Occasionally I'll make stuff smaller just because I need one more column to be in view. But you can't just change the size of an empty column.
Okay, so my solution to this is to come up with a topic which has a really long name. So we are forced to extend the name column.
Okay.
So, this is where I find out that I'm completely brain dead. And
I think this is the point at which we reviewed the Lego Star Wars Holiday Special.
Yes,
please.
That
might get it for you. I do want to get around to this eventually. We are. Yes, I have. I kind of run. The entrepreneur I am. I've done a small startup, which is of course a social group where people get together and watch movies. Please invest, and you occasionally come along to that when you're pretending not to be a fake friend who doesn't come regularly. You horrible person. But I did want to bottom of the list.
It deserves to be on the bottom of the list.
With the rest of the women. I think because I'm watching like a movie a week, I thought it'd be nice to have just a little movie section, which I might forget about next week and it'll never come up again. But we've got a nice little backlog. We've watched at this point. Ooh, I forgot about a movie. I had my notes. And I actually forgot about a whole movie we watched. So we don't have that a massive backlog. So maybe we could just kind of fire through these and just get a nice little backlog going. We started with watching Revenge of the Sith Extended Edition, which is simply put the third Star Wars movie. They went back eventually and they made a nice little cartoon called The Clone Wars, which is set between episodes 2 and 3 of Star Wars, which kind of goes into the Clone Wars and kind of makes Anakin a compelling character and also makes him and Obi-Wan's relationship a lot more real, which makes the whole fight at the end of Revenge of the Sith a lot more emotional. And the very finale, they had like a 7-8 year long hiatus before the final series, but they eventually went back and made a final season of the Clone Wars, and the final 4 episodes, the last arc, is concurrent with Revenge of the Sith, So this is a fan-made edit, really really good quality. And it's just this 4 episodes of TV cut together with a movie. I think it's 3 hours and 40 minutes long, around about, and it honestly just a work of art. And we call it, and our Discord servers, the movie night group is named after the film Revenge of the Sith Extended Edition, but when written down as an acronym, it looks like ROTC, so that's what we call it. The ROTC movie group. But that was a very long-winded way of introducing a film, which is just a longer Star Wars, and it's the one where everyone dies, with some episodes of TV where more people die. Do you have any thoughts? Did you come to that one, Emily?
I did. I came, ooh, I think maybe halfway or a bit later through.
Right. Okay. Man, it was probably our best movie night. I don't know if we'll ever do it again, because that was before it was a weekly thing. It was like an event. We did it on Halloween as well. So it was more of a party, and I think that was the one where my good friend Sam threw up on like his carpet and then went to bed. And, like, he didn't even leave the Discord call. He didn't clean up his sick. He just vomited and looked at it and was just like, okay, I'm done, and just went to bed right next to this pile of sick.
It's a problem over him.
Yes, we also had a dear friend Paresh, who during a loo break, he disappeared, and after like 20 minutes into the break, waiting for him to come back, we were like, okay, he's probably gone, let's keep watching the film. Eventually he comes back like another 15 minutes later, and he's like, oh yeah, I just vomited down myself, so I went and had a shower. I'm back now, it's all good. And he just kept on drinking and kept on watching the film with us.
What trooper.
Brilliant. Man, what a night. I also didn't have any strong alcohol, but it was also my intention to get hammered, so I had like 7 or 8 ciders, and I peed a lot. And that was pretty good. So I'm just looking at obviously I'm naturally drawn to the other art on the list, which is Pokemon Platinum, followed by Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, in ranks 5 and 6 out of 14. And then followed by us in number 4. I'm tempted to put it either just below us or maybe just above. I would be willing to say that this fan-made, edited Star Wars film is more valuable than my life and my contributions to society. Although, I am now just remembering this list, which of course I'm sure will do great things in the distant future.
As I haven't seen it, not the whole thing at least, I don't think I can give it a proper ranking. But
what's your natural reaction? Yeah, what do you think?
I don't know, I'd like to believe that we're destined for great things. But is there anything truly greater than Lego Star Wars?
This isn't Lego Star Wars. We started with... Sorry, yeah, I did introduce Lego Star Wars Holiday Special, but that's the second film we watched, so I did kind of backtrack and went back to Revenge of the Sith Extended Edition.
I would put Lego Star Wars above us then, and Revenge of the Sith below us.
The Lego Star Wars Holiday... If you said the Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga, the video game...
Absolutely,
yes. Yeah. But Lego Star Wars Holiday Special, I'm gonna be real, it wasn't that good. It was funny. It did its job. I liked the bits where Luke was on screen and Obi-Wan Kenobi, but it was just a 45-minute TV special. It wasn't anything to write home about. I'm gonna be perfectly honest, but it was fun.
So Lego Star Wars Complete Saga above us, then the other two below us. But then which one goes in the order of which one?
Okay, that's just what one step at a time. Revenge of the Sith Extended Edition. This is, like you said, I'm sure that the phrase "us," Josh and Emily, it doesn't just say at this point in time. We're talking about all of our future accomplishments to come, all of the, I don't think it's a stretch to say that there's a good chance we'll inspire armies,
Yeah.
dethrone various gods and rewrite philosophies.
Yeah,
So
become a world
I'll
power.
say, why stop at the world?
Yeah, we can create the technology to go further.
Yeah. Indeed, I concur wholeheartedly. So, Revenge of the Sith Extended Edition. It's going to fill in the number 5 slot right above Pokemon Platinum and just below us. And that's beautiful. That's what I like to see. Fantastic. Okay, moving on. Lego Star Wars Holiday Special. Honestly, if like a singular bee came and like landed near me now, and I gotta watch it for 45 minutes, I would say that was a better experience than the Lego Star Wars Holiday Special. No offense to anyone
All of the creators of the show watching this podcast now.
who worked on it. Although they're not listening to this, so we can make as much fun of them as we want. And that awful, crappy Disney Plus special. I kid, of course. Of course they'll watch this.
Well,
Listen
soon
to
it will
this, at
be
least.
illegal not to have seen it.
Yeah, but not like a legal law. It's the real trick, and it's not a trick because it will happen. It'll happen naturally through just everyone's logical assessment. It should just disseminate into culture as, you can't not listen to Beast of Billionaires. Again, how will you know what to do? And priorities,
And how to act, and who to give your money to, and how to live your life, and what jobs you're allowed to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not allowed to have, but what you should. The morally correct decision as decided upon by us. So am I allowed to say Lego Star Wars Holiday Special is below a single B?
I will agree with that.
Man, now I'm thinking back to it, and no, I'm not. Bees are great. I think that this podcast is kind of built on praising bees. So sure, we can be fine with that. This is, of course, our regular bee, not our fuckboy billionaire bee.
Yeah, fuck him.
The singular bee is in slot 8 out of 15, which will now be 16 as we add number 9. Yes, Lego Star Wars Holiday Special, which is a brilliant callback, by the way. It's named after the Star Wars Holiday Special, which was made between. It was made and released during the production of Star Wars Episode 5, Empire Strikes Back, and it was also a made-for-TV special. Well, Lego Star Wars Holiday Special was a made-for-Disney Plus special, not a TV special. Although it's 45 minutes long, so it kind of has that time slot. And it's very interesting. It's like 2 hours long, and it's filled with like 15-minute long conversations between Wookiees with no subtitles or indications of what's going on, and it doesn't work. Also, Chewbacca's dad watches porn.
Oh,
I
okay.
just want to, yeah. And I do think, and people are ashamed of that film, and they just own it. And I watch it every Christmas as part of a tradition. This Christmas, just gone, I didn't. I watched the Lego Star Wars Holiday Special instead, which was fine, a fine substitute. But and people do give the Star Wars Holiday Special a bad rap because it is awful. But you just gotta watch it. Cool. Okay. Yeah. Do we want to take a little tangent and just talk about Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga, the video game?
We can do.
Honestly, I've changed my mind. I, th- I think it's worse than Pokemon Platinum.
Oh, it's tough to compare them.
It's tough. They're very different. You know, they yeah, the design philosophies and what they said about the nature of humanity, they really went in different directions, I
Yeah,
find.
absolutely. I have to agree with that philosophical view.
I mean, it's really just, it's like comparing, you know, Da
Mr.
Vinci with
Billionaires.
Michelangelo.
Oh, yeah, yeah, of
They're
course.
different art forms, really, when it comes to it.
They're clearly made for different types of people.
Um, but also Pokemon Platinum is better.
Oh, as someone who's played Diamond and Pearl, and of course
Hmm.
on my phone, tragically, the Lego Star Wars Saga, yeah, that one.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'd have to choose because I cannot compare it to Pokemon Platinum, but I think for the sake of making an even kind of ground, it would be good to put them between 6 Pokemon Platinum and 7 Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah, totally. That is exactly what I was thinking as well. So yeah, that's great. Cool. The new number 7 out of 17. Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga, the video, or is it Lego Star Wars: The Video Game, The Complete Saga? I don't know. Both. There's a lot of words in different places on the box, and that's all I can tell you.
On the app, it is Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga.
Okay, well that's wrong. The video game, it's on there.
Oh,
They had to shorten it for the app title as it appears on your home screen. I'm sure. Don't disagree with me.
yeah, no. The app is
I'm
LSW.
correct.
LSW. Yeah, I trust your word more than mine.
Yeah, you better,
Oh,
punk.
you bloody woman.
Are you joining in with me dissing yourself?
Oh, yeah, may as well. Quit while you're behind.
I respect that. But you're also proving your own superiority, and I respect you for that. You're really just T-posing yourself. Do we wanna keep going with the movies? A part of me is worried about it getting like too bulked out with like short conversations about movies that aren't particularly interesting. But also, do we care?
It's whatever. Let's keep going.
It's whatever. Okay, so then we watched just I think 3 weeks in a row we just banged it out. The Star Wars original trilogy. Given that we'd come from, at this point we've only watched Star Wars because, oh, I should explain. My good dear buddy Luke hadn't seen any Star Wars, so we went from Revenge of the Sith, which it's lacking some context if you haven't watched the others, but also is it? So we went from there and just said, okay, let's jump into the original trilogy, and it was pretty good. So yeah, A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. What are your thoughts? Brilliant movies.
All of them very good. Yeah.
I think the first one, I'm not too keen on the narrative because it kind of comes off as it's clearly taking inspiration from like Dam Busters and those kind of war movies. I think of all the Star Wars, A New Hope feels the most like, especially in its latter half, it feels the most like a war film.
Yeah.
I mean, in the first half, it is just like a fantasy romp, and that's great.
Honestly, I can't lie. My limited memory, it refuses to let me differentiate between each film. So I know what happens in all of them, but I just don't know what happens in each
Okay.
one.
Yes. No. We can go that real quick.
But I like Hoth. I like that whole thing. I like when Luke's in the tube and he's getting all fixed up and he's got his hand and he touches his fingers together.
When he's in the diaper tank, just
Yeah.
vibing.
Just chilling, just floating. Not so keen on the bit where
Yeah.
you and Leia kiss, but
Hmm.
I understand that they were unaware that they were siblings. Still weird.
And yeah, I wouldn't even say that they kiss. I think Leia just like forces herself
Yeah,
on him.
yeah,
Just
pretty
really,
much.
he goes for it. Just to shove it to hand, which you gotta respect.
Yeah.
I wish girls would make out with me for any reason, even one as petty as that. Um, yeah. Obviously, the first one does a really good job of establishing the world. And the first half I really enjoy. It's also, I think, worth noting that the first film is kind of I honestly think it's the description of the original Star Wars as a fairy tale is accurate and correct. I mean, you know, we're told that Vader is bad because he's more machine than man, although that Obi-Wan didn't say the word more machine than man now until I think episode 6. And obviously the conclusion of Luke's arc is the fact that he chooses to put away his guidance computer so that he can trust in himself and trust the Force to make the good shot. I don't know, it comes off like a fairy tale, and I think that is kind of the most apt description for the way it conducts itself. As the series goes on, as the original trilogy goes on, I still think that's true, but I think it's obviously it's in its own world, and it's kind of it's exploring the world and exploring and continuing the narrative in a different way. So it's not as focused. It's more just fantasy adventure than fairy tale, if that makes sense. Maybe people disagree, but
I think I get that. Yeah, I'm not much of a
I love me
film critic.
some fairy tales. So I think A New Hope's good in that regard. Episode 2 is it's like the stereotypically cool one because someone, Han, or spoilers, redacted,
No spoilers for a film that's
dies, but
old.
also not really.
He just gets paused.
Yeah, yeah.
A little BRB.
They put him in a box, and then they just kind of, and they FedEx him to Jabba, and what a fun time that is. And then, you have the opening sequence with Hoth is very nice, like a little bit of war and evacuation, and we get shown that over the last 2 years, Luke has done some good old training because he force pulls a lightsaber, and then he goes straight to Yoda, and it's cool.
All of the ones with Lando in are the best ones. I would love Lando. I would die for Lando. What a man.
Mhm. Yeah.
So where would we rank the original trilogy?
I've lost my entire train of thought. Are we? My plan is to rank them all individually.
Oh, right, okay. Oh god, I have to watch them again, but second one obviously the best then.
Yeah, I'll back that. I think Luke watching them for the first time, he went for episode 3, the third one, which is episode 6.
Alright.
Which I mean, I don't even know what I think at this point. Like, I think Star Wars is so like kind of fixed into my mind and like in a way my kind of my I don't want to say the word culture, but that is what I'm leaning towards. They exist as a basic fact of the world, like a law of physics, that I don't have like objective views on them anymore. I just kind of accept them as
We grew up with them, so it's it's the thing that we know.
Part of reality.
Yeah.
Episode 6 is pretty cool though too. You get to see Luke does more flips in that one, and that's fun to watch.
Funky fresh, yeah.
I am feeling. Are we kind of leaning towards A New Hope being the worst? Not the worst, but the least.
The least good.
Good. I think.
Wait, oh my god, of course this is me getting confused with the episode. But the one where Yoda trains him.
Yes.
That
he
is
starts
the first
training
episode.
Him in Empire Strikes Back. Episode 5/2.
Okay, that has to be the best one, because the scenes with Yoda hitting R2-D2 with a stick and eating all his food, those are amazing.
I do actually really like the whole interpretation of Yoda and his relationship to the Force. I think it's really nice. We get so many good quotes there, and I'm now rethinking the fact that I was like, oh, the second and third aren't as fairy tale as the first one, and that's a point for the first one. But actually, I mean, we get just, luminous beings are we, not this crude matter. And he talks about how you just have to
there's no try, do or do
sense
not.
the
My dad
Force
quotes that constantly.
And be aware of the relationship between you and, I mean, the example he uses is you, me, the tree. Like he's just talking about like this almost kind of druidic, I want to say almost like the kind of the Celtic inspired Christianity that you see more, that you see around occasionally, less so in the south of Great Britain, but of that more kind of natural folky look at nature, and I do love it. I like it. It's spicy, and I really love the way they interpret the film in that sequence. And it's I mean, that's also obviously the prequels don't exist at that point, but that's where we do kind of get this sense of there's this kind of this sadness and the feeling of the fallen Jedi, but also, I mean, we don't know they fell because they went to war, but at this point, if you haven't seen the prequels, but in the context of the prequels, I think just Yoda's scorning of the idea of adventure and excitement, and the phrase, Luke says, "I'm searching for a great warrior," and Yoda says, "Heh, wars don't make one great," and that's good, and I like it, and I like Yoda, and my point is, we can put number 5 as the best.
But where would it be? Perhaps I definitely think it's better than us.
You think? Oh.
Hot take, but I don't think I have anything more to contribute to this world than Episode 5.
If I had to die for Star Wars Episode 5 to exist, with that, I'd say it's better than you. I don't know if I'd say it's better than us.
So this is where we split ourselves into just Josh and just Emily.
Well, no, we can have Josh, Emily, as well as Josh and Emily.
I see.
They're not mutually exclusive. The list, that's the beauty of the list. It exists outside of B's and singular B's and and B butts and B brains. You can really just you can just spice things up.
Okay, I'll say it's definitely better than me then.
I'm gonna say, honestly, Revenge of the Sith Extended Edition I think is so great because it's encompassing 2 of the best stories in Star Wars. So Revenge of the Sith, I do think there's definitely an argument between Episode 3 and some of the best of the original trilogy. And I mean, that the answer to that is typically gonna depend on, I think, a lot on when you were born. I do think Revenge of the Sith is fantastic, but I do think Empire Strikes Back is worse than Revenge of the Sith Extended Edition, because that is so heightened.
So you'd be splitting
I
into
want to.
different editions as well as just
Yeah, but not right now.
okay.
um, I want to say that Empire Strikes Back is better than Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga, the video game. Ignoring the rest of the list and without doubting the position of all of these things in reference to each other as they exist now, I think we have to obviously. It kind of goes without saying, but once something's on the list, we're not changing it. I think, especially as Lego Star Wars wouldn't exist without Star Wars. I think I want to say Empire Strikes Back is at least in the top 6.
Okay, yeah, I'll go with that. I can agree.
I'm kind of saying it's worse, not necessarily better than Revenge of the Sith, but worse than Revenge of the Sith Extended Edition, which leaves us with a simple question of, is it better or worse than Pokemon Platinum? And you know what? Pokemon Diamond and Pearl does exist. There are alternatives, even if they don't have a cool mansion in the post game.
That is true.
You know what? I'm saying new number 6 better than Pokemon Platinum. Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, yeah, agreed.
Okay, cool. Star Wars Episode 5. Man, I really love the silence where I can't think because I'm trying to work out how to spell things.
Abbreviate everything. Random letters, fill in the gaps. It's all good.
Cool. Now, 6 out of... Yeah, that makes it number 6 out of 18. Cool. So, Return of the Jedi. Better or worse than Pokemon Platinum? I assume it's quite close to Empire Strikes Back.
Again, I can only remember a few things that happened. I might be getting confused with other films. So this one, I'm going to have to trust what you think it should be.
It's fighting Jabba, then the Ewoks, then Luke on the Death Star 2.
Oh yeah, okay.
Is he on the Death Star 2 or is he on the special Star Destroyer? Oh no, it's one of the two. I think he's on the Death Star 2. But yeah, that's when we get kind of the whole thing where I do think it's a really nice point. The film makes that I'm not sure if people appreciate as much as they should. Is that the Jedi? They're not just wrong in the prequels; they're wrong in the originals. Yoda and Obi-Wan spend the entire trilogy telling Luke that the dark side is this singular, horrible entity, and once you give into it, there's no coming back, and that Vader is starkly evil. And he's obviously the conclusion of his arc is saying, no, as a Jedi, it's my duty to not kill this man, and that's that's how he kind of he wins from the point. Although he almost dies, he wins from the point he recognizes Vader's broken robot hand. He looks at his own robot hand. He throws away his lightsaber and he says, "You failed, Your Highness. I'm a Jedi like my father before me." Oh. What a line.
Good shit.
Man, I was leaning towards not before, but again, I think I want to say that it's better than Pokemon Platinum.
Yeah? Well,
Man,
I'd agree
I
with you
think
then.
it's kind of crazy how all the movies I watched as a kid and video games I played as a kid just so happen to be better than like certain humans' lives, as has been clearly established. Cool. Return of the Jedi. Number 7.
Perfect.
And A New Hope, which Man, I'd happily go 3 for 3 and say that's worse than Return of the Jedi and better than Platinum, but I'm also happy to say it's worse.
I'm going to go with worse, just because I want Pokemon to be at least above one of them.
Okay. Cool, and that makes that number 9 out of 19.
Perfect.
Or 20. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's 20. The numbers are always messed up when we add a new column to the list.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, I see that.
yeah, it would fix itself fine if if it was like a numbered list in a Word document, but because I want to have the episode it was mentioned and the category alongside, I have to like add a new line in Excel, and so that I need to keep going back and fixing the number list. Just letting the gorgeous listening public know that. Man, I really wish. Obviously, it took a few years before Star Wars was known as Star Wars Episode 4: A New Hope. But imagine if they hadn't changed the name. Imagine if Star Wars set the naming scheme for the entire series. I think it really is like, it's very Flash Gordon-y. It's a lot punchier and more out there than A New Hope. Although I do like the Star Wars naming scheme as it is as well. I do think that Star Wars was particularly, I don't know, it's more exotic and weird.
It's cheesy.
Like if you try and detach yourself from the fact that Star Wars is now being one of the most popular things in at least the Western world for like two
longer
generations.
Than we can remember, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah. If you try and detach yourself from that, it does sound foreign and weird. If you, or at least it does to me. If I try and put myself in a space where it is, like imagine watching A New Hope for the first time, knowing that nothing like it has come before.
Yeah.
We have just passed the hour mark, but we could keep going. Try and finish off this list.
I'm afraid that being the university student I am, I must depart.
Okay, I thought you were free till 4.
No, I have a meeting for a fun project that I'm working on.
Ah, okay.
Which I would rank
more fun than this fun.
Worse than non-believers, quite frankly.
Jeez, okay. Is that Can? Are we putting that on the list, or are,
no.
we letting it sit?
No, that would be a fun Easter egg for people listening after we've done thousands of episodes.
It's like a shadow, yeah. It's like a shadow listing.
Yeah, you can have a secret, like you only find it by listening to all the episodes and writing it down yourself.
Yeah. Okay, we didn't. Cool. There's a couple of notes I didn't get to go through, but that is fine. That's more content for next time. I really want to talk about Large Luigi at some point.
Large Luigi?
Luigi.
I'm intrigued.
He's, man, a beautiful character from Dungeons and Dragons lore. He's like one of the most powerful mortal beings, and he is a bartender in space called Large Luigi.
Okay, well, that will be the first thing I'm asking you about next episode.
Too big of a spoiler, so I think, yeah, cool. We've come to an end. Thank you very much for joining me, Emily.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much for joining us, whoever you are.
Dear listener, treasured hero.
In the wastes, listening to yeah. I was going to start rambling, but I had no idea what I was going to say, so let me just stop myself here.
Cool and good.
I love you. Mwah.
Mwah.
Bye.
Toodles. Oh, I don't know if I'm still recording. Oh, I think I am. How do I stop? Wait, I pressed... Oh, stop button, not the record button again.